and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Raider Nation, stand up.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Yes, indeed. It's the late edition of Raider Sunrise Live with yours truly, Lunatik Raider, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for pulling up. Shout out to the world's most dangerous chat. I see y'all, man, in there active like a barrel of TNT. You feel me? Shout out to y'all, man. Today, as you can see by the thumbnail, I'm doing a series just highlighting some of the players on our roster that gets overlooked, whether they're practice squad. Most of the times they were undrafted. So we're covering these guys because out of sight, out of mind is a real thing. When you don't see them, you tend to forget about them. So I'm highlighting them to just refresh people's memory that these guys are still on our roster, still part of the silver and black, and still can contribute to what we're trying to do this season. So today we're going to be talking about Sincere McCormick, running back. You already know, San Antonio, Texas, born Long Beach. There might be a little connection there between Mr. Sincere and Mr. Antonio Pierce. Long Beach is the birthplace of this young man, 5'9", 206 pounds, but tore up Conference USA, being named Rookie of the Year 2019, was two-time player or two-time offensive player of the year in 2020 and 21. I mean, he put up accolades going to San Antonio, playing for them. You can't overlook this young man. A lot of people, we had him on the practice squad, had him, stashed away, but he's still on this roster. And we're gonna dive into him. We're gonna do a breakdown, check out when he was coming out of college, what the perspective of, or what the expectations of him were, as far as also highlighting the strengths as well as the weaknesses, just to see exactly what did he have to work on, what does he bring to the table. So without further ado, man, we are talking about Mr. Sincere McCormick. But before I dive into that, man, shout out once again to the world's most dangerous chat, man. They're in here active for real. Let me give y'all the love y'all deserve, man, for real. Shout out to Justin Brown in the building, man. Salute to you with the Raiders. That's right, man, all day, every day. You feel me? Shout out to Mike G in the building, man. Salute to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Ray Love in the building with the Raiders, too. You feel me? Samaj Walker, what's the deal, man? Salute to you, top of the, or not top of the AM. I'm usually on in the morning, but I didn't go this morning. So I'm here now. So, hey, like they say, slow motion's better than none. Eugene Powell right in the kisser, man. What's the deal, man? Salute to you. Desert Rat in the building. Yes, and dude. Hey, my dude, Aunt Six. What's the deal with it, man? Salute, man. Yes, indeed. We got Raiders Rebel in the building, man. Salute to you. Tops. Yes, indeed. Who else we got up in this Mickey Ficky, man? We got Black and Grayed Out. What's the dealie, man? Salute to you, man. Tops of the evening, top of that, whatever the hell we at right now, wherever you at. Tops, just tops. Not the Rolly cigarette tops, not the Bugler, no, tops. Top of the AM, top of the evening, top of the afternoon, top of everything. Salute to you, man. Protect the shield, my dude, man. Salute to you, man. I appreciate you, man. For real. Let me see. We got Ray Love in the building. We got Egalitarian 207. What it do? Yes, indeed. We got Tony Tone in the building, man. Salute. Hey, all you need is one more Tony, man. We had the Bay Area's most favorite group, man. Tony. Yeah. Lay your head on my pit. No Diddy though. Hey, salute to you, man. Top of the whatever it is. Once again, Willie Wayne in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Tops. Yes, indeed. Alex S in the building, man. Salute. Let me see. Man. Keep it rolling. All right, let me see. I gotta scroll down here. Clifford the Black Raider, what it do, dog? Hey, salute to you. Tops of whatever of the day you at. You know what I mean? Hey, salute, man. Appreciate it, man. For real. The Gaffler, where you been, bruh? Salute to you, man. Man, hey, I might be out that way next weekend, bruh. It's unfortunate that I gotta travel, but I lost my relative Saturday morning, man. Like a big bro to me. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be out there. His services is on Friday. So I'm planning to fly out Thursday and come back Saturday, man. But yeah, I'll be out that way for real. Let me see. We got Lonnie Thumbs in the building. Salute. Yes, indeed. Who else? We got Cassano Crowder in the building, man. Salute to you. Tops to you. Drew is in the building. Dizzo, what's the deal, man? Salute, Raider Nation. Hey, JB on the good foot in the building. Jameer Akbar, what it do? What it do? What it do? Yes, indeed, man, for real. Let me see. Who else we got? I gotta scroll down, bro. Y'all in here acting for real, for real. I'm gonna hit y'all with the Raiders one time. West Coast, that's right. Throw up them dubs. Let me see. Egalitarian, black and grayed out. All right, man. We should be all caught up, bro. I got people out in Little Rock, Jameer. I got relatives in Little Rock for real. My little cousins is out there. Yeah, I ain't been there. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind going to Little Rock, man, for real. All right, man, we're gonna dive into this show one time. Let me see, make sure I got everything. Man, right on the Gaffley, yeah, man. It kind of hit hard because before I moved to Vegas, that's who I was living with. Shout out to Big Mike. He was one of the bartenders at Ricky's. You know what I mean? Also, if you ever been by the lakeside, yeah, my man, for real, man. It hit me hard, man, because that was Big Bro ever since I was little. He used to come scoop me up, man. But yeah, I'm looking at my flights and hotels right now, so I'll let it be known. So there might not be no show next Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Saturday, I still might come back Saturday night and knock out the Dirty Lunatic show, but because I'm gonna try to probably leave out about, I think the flight said 7:30 in the evening. I'll see though. I'll keep everybody posted. Just let me know, man. I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna go yet, but it's leaning towards that. Okay, let's get into some football stuff, man. Let's talk about Mr. Sincere McCormick. Once again, accumulated all kind of accolades in college. Little muscle hamster. You remember dude, the running back? I ain't gonna call him muscle hamster, but they show videos of dudes squatting. I think he was squatting 550, if I remember. Sincere McCormick. He put up a lot of numbers in Conference USA. He was third team All-American in 2021. 2 times Conference USA Offensive Player of the Year, like I said, in 20 and 21, and 2 times first team All Conference USA in 2020 and 21. But yeah, to be third team All-American, third team, and this is the thing that kind of, see, these are the stats that kind of blow your mind of what kind of production he gave you. To be 2-time Conference USA Offensive Player of the Year. Now, mind you, he's a running back. He doesn't get the ball every snap. He beat out quarterbacks. Every quarterback that played in Conference USA, he beat out in 2020 and 21 as Offensive Player of the Year. And quarterbacks usually get that notable mention because of the fact that who touches every snap? Quarterbacks. Who makes plays every play on offense? The quarterback. Throwing the ball, handing the ball off, running the ball. There's a lot of more, like, Sincere would not get the stats of throwing the ball. How many attempts, how many completions, how many touchdowns did he throw for? Quarterbacks get that. He'll get all rushing, and he'll get some receiving yards as well. But the quarterbacks usually the ones that you always hear Offensive Player of the Year, because there's so much more stats in the stat columns that a quarterback can achieve over a running back. So for him to be named 2-time Offensive Player of the Year in Conference USA, that is a feat in its own. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead. We're going to dive into the breakdown of this young man, statistical, as well as what the expectations were for him coming out of college, which he ended up with the Raiders undrafted. You know what I mean? First, what I'm going to do before I do the breakdown, well, you know what? Let's do the breakdown, and then we'll check out his combine as well. So let's, without further ado, man, let's go.
Welcome to the Raiders Allegiance Prospect Breakdown. Please subscribe and smash that like button. McCormick was a first-team All-District running back as a senior and the District Defensive Player of the Year as a junior at Judson High School in Converse, Texas. McCormick enrolled a semester early and then played in all 12 games with 11 starts in his first year on campus. As a freshman in 2019, McCormick rushed for 983 yards and 8 touchdowns on 177 carries, an average of 5.6 yards per carry. He was selected as the Conference USA Freshman of the Year. As a sophomore in 2020, he rushed for 1,267 yards, second most among all Division I FBS players. He was selected as the Conference USA Offensive Player of the Year, a semi-finalist for the Doc Walker Award, and a second-team All-American. As a junior in 2021, he rushed for 1,279 yards, fifth best among all Division I FBS players. After carrying 42 times for 184 yards and 3 touchdowns against Memphis, he was named National Player of the Week. He also helped lead the 2021 UTSA Roadrunners football team to a 12-1 record. In the 2021 Conference USA Football Championship game, McCormick was named the most valuable player, after rushing for 204 yards and 3 touchdowns on 36 carries.
So as you can see, like going into his first tenure, becoming a freshman of the year, also following up in year 2. The dude, as you see the highlights, the dude is he has talent. Now, will it carry over into the NFL? We've seen some of him out there in the preseason. You know what I mean? Going up against, like, what was it, Dallas and them? To hell with the Cowgirls. But anyway, that's a side note. But yeah, man, so this is one guy I don't think we should overlook. I would love to see him in a full camp of going up against, you know, now that Josh Jacobs is gone, Zamir. And I know the whole philosophy of Telesco and our offensive mindset is to go in with by committee. They're going in with the by committee philosophy. So you won't get a single carry back that's going to get 30 carries a game. Not going to get it. Not going to get it. It's going to be spread out. Sincere McCormick is also good in catching. So out of the backfield, he also presents a threat to defenses as well. So we're going to go ahead and continue on in the part 2 of the breakdown of Sincere McCormick. I just want to highlight just the first half of what we've seen. So let's continue on with the content.
McCormick signed with the Las Vegas Raiders on May 4th, 2022. He was placed on injured reserve on May 24, 2022. On August 29, 2023, McCormick was waived by the Raiders and re-signed to the practice squad. He signed a reserve future contract on January 8, 2024. McCormick has proven he can carry a heavy workload with consistent results over the last 2 years. He's stout and strong running behind his pads through contact, but often needs a clear point of entry to get cranked up. He can be a little indecisive processing block development, which could hurt his timing quickness to get through NFL run lanes quickly. He's a candidate to compete for a roster spot as a 3-down backup. Strengths: stays low and active between the tackles, reads the block and cuts tightly off the hip, improves his run rhythm as the rep continues, adequate strength to pull through arm tackles, runs feet through contact to fall forward for more yards. Ball security has been very solid over the last 2 seasons. Steps in and challenges big rushers in protection. Natural hands with the ability to hurt defenses out of the backfield. Weaknesses: needs better decisiveness through the line of scrimmage. Runs with too much stutter stepping, allowing the defense to rally. Marginal effectiveness racing to the perimeter. Possesses average post-cut acceleration. Needs to continue improving protection technique. Thank you for watching. On your way out, please subscribe, like, and knock the hell out of that notification bell. Go Raiders!
So that is basically the breakdown of him coming out of college, going into the draft last year. He was not last year, but the year before last, this past season. He did attend the combine. We're going to go break into that. He's not exactly the fastest running back out there. I think he was clocked at a 4.61. But you're gonna witness his hands in the passing game. He is a threat. Very good sticky hands in the receiving. That's one thing that's undeniable. So with that being said, let me go ahead and let's go ahead check out his combine that he participated in a couple of years ago. But yeah, the dude got hands coming out the backfield, bro. That's facts. And that's Sincere McCormick, man. As you see, he has hands in the passing game. Like I said, is clocked out of 4.61 twice. So he identically matched his bet. Well, I don't know if that's his best. That's at the combine, but we know game speed being at the combine. I really don't get too excited about the combine. The one thing that you can get that they should do, this is just my opinion. I believe to get the true speed of an athlete, let them run the 40 next to somebody. Like take two running backs and have people timing them on the right, timing the other one on the left. Then that way the competition is just it's automatic in an athlete to be competitive. So put two dudes next to each other running the 40, and you know they're gonna give it their all to try to outdo the next. You feel me? So you get guys that's pretty much in the same class as far as the speed wise, the build and all that stuff. Just get a similar breakdown, somebody similar to you. Because you know, if you got a 245-pound running back, which you ain't gonna never have, but I mean, you know, I'm just exaggerating, putting 10 on 2. And if you got a 216-pound running back, you kind of like, unless they're a freak of nature. We know like Bo Jackson, straight freak, 230 pounds running a 4.1 240. You know what I mean? That's unheard of and unmatched. You're never gonna find that anywhere again. I doubt. He's just one of those freak of natures. Shout out to Bo Jackson. Bo knows football. That's right. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. But yeah, Sincere McCormick, add him to the running back room. You know what I mean? Let's see, can he provide production? Like I said, I don't care about the name on the jersey. What I care about is the production on the field. And that's how we all should look at it. I know a lot of us fall in love with players. And that's fine. You know, I mean, we're fanatics. Where the word fan comes from, being a fanatic. And there's certain players that you like and certain players you don't like. But as long as they're on this team, my point of view is, if you're wearing silver and black, I want production out of you. Ain't no sense in just having you here just because. No, we're not doing that. We need to have athletes on this team that will hit the field and give us production, the kind of production that we need to go ahead and win. Because that's all that it matters. Just win, baby. If I'm right, ain't the moniker that Al Davis came up with? Just win, baby. Well, shit, let's just win. So with all bullshit to the side, man, we need to go ahead and I think we go into the draft and add another running back? Possibility. And what I say is, you don't limit yourself in the draft. You don't say, well, we got X amount of running backs, we don't need anymore. No, because what happened if the guy that's falling to you, whether it's 3rd, 4th, 5th round, has a better projection than what you already have on your roster? If you're not doing anything you can to make your roster better, you're hurting yourself. So any position could be upgraded. Any position. I don't care how much you're in love with a certain player. If one falls to you in the draft that's better than what you got to squeeze the trigger, man. You got to. It's all about improving your roster, improving your production. You know what I mean? So, and that comes with the talent that comes out of college into the draft. So maybe there is, you know what I mean? You got the running back from Michigan. You got the running back from Oregon. You got the running back from Wisconsin. You got running backs out there that possibly could be right there, but stick to your board. Stay true to your board. There's a reason why you got a draft board and got everybody evaluated to the slots that they are on your board at. You know what I mean? So just because you need a position don't mean you reach for a position. Draft best available of need. Those two things go a long way. And you should have those in conjunction with each other anyway. Because I remember one time, I think it was 2 years ago, I did a mock draft. And what I did was I wanted to play the theory like everybody just kept saying, grab the best available. You can't stick to that. That shit will hurt you. This is what happened to me, I think, 2 years ago. So I did a mock draft. So I said, what I'm going to do is the best available player that the mock draft was telling me the next in line, that's the most higher graded player out of everybody behind him, I drafted him. Well, it goes and show, lo and behold, second, third, and fourth rounds were all running backs. That's what happens when you just draft best available. If you just stick to that tunnel vision of best available, I drafted 3 running backs in a row. Just because it wasn't my choice. It's just I wanted to see exactly, test the theory out on the best available. Can't do that. You go to best available of need. Because if I don't need a running back, especially high up in the draft, unless, like I said, you might have to go ahead and sit down and weigh your options. If that player in the draft value and ceiling is higher than what you already have, you might have to go ahead and you know what I mean, take a gander at that and be like, wait a minute, bruh. I think this dude here might be better than this dude. And you, like I said, you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot and overthink and overanalyze anything. You let it fall to you. So yes, Sincere McCormick, I definitely would like to see what happens with him in the camp, in the preseason. And does he stick on the roster or does he go to the practice squad? That's going to be very interesting. There was one suggestion. You know what makes sense? Hondo Carpenter, shout out to Hondo. He made a good statement on current rosters. Now, you know the NFL wants to they want to move up to 18 games a season, which will knock the preseason down just to 2 games. But the thing that he said, and it made perfect sense, expand your roster from 53 and add the practice squad players too. Get rid of the practice squad. Because they're at practice, they do everything. Like Antonio Pierce said, that's why he has them on the sideline. You help us. You're at practice every day. So just because you expand the rosters past 53 doesn't mean you have to go ahead and also, well, you can alter a little bit how many are allowed to dress down for the game anyway. That's active. You know what I mean? Just because there's 53 men, all 53 are not active on game day. Facts. If I remember right, I think it's 40, is it 48? 48 players are active on game days. So not the full 53 is playing anyway. So why not add the practice squad and get rid of the practice squad? That does, everybody's practicing. So that what the whole team is a practice squad. You know what I mean? Get rid of that, put them all in camp. Just like when you have camp and you're allowed to have, what is it, 90 players on your roster? How many? Ain't none of those guys that's at camp in preseason considered practice squad people. There are people trying to make the team. Some of them might end up on the practice squad, but all of them are not practice squad players. So Hondo, hey, that's a good point. If you're going to 18 games, you're going to need as many bodies as possible because you're going through the rigors of the NFL. And we talk about week in and week out, physical contact sport, that you're going to get injuries. You're going to get injuries is inevitable. So to expand the roster from 53 to 69 or round it off to 70, make it 70. You know what I mean? 69, you know what I mean? Hey, but anyway, yes indeed, yes indeed. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me go ahead and run down one time and see who we got up in here. I see Twine in the building, Raider Goon in the building. Salute to you for pulling up, man. Clark Arroyo, what it do? What it do? My 2 cents in the building. Salute. I got y'all, man. I got y'all, man. We in here. We active. We active for real. Like yeast. You feel me? Yes, indeed. Let me see if I'm missing anybody else. Robert Pena in the building. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Do we got some here? Lawrence E, what it do, man? Salute to you. Okay, question. If we could get a 1st and 3rd for Devontae, right now, would you do it? A 1st and a 3rd for... That's a good one, bruh. There is no one like Devontae. But you know what? It all depends. It's not okay. You look at the okay. If we can get a 1st and 3rd, I can dig that. But if I was a GM and I was looking to move Devontae Adams, which I wouldn't do, you know what I mean. But if you were to, playing devil's advocate, if I were to move Devontae for a 1st and 3rd, my sole reason of doing it is not just to get a 1st and 3rd. I want is behind the 1st. What am I planning on doing with the 1st and 3rd? That's the key. Now that 1st, say for okay, look, let me lay it out like what could happen and what possibly it might look like and how you can fix yourself. If I can use that 1st and put it with my 1st and maybe next year 1st. Now it's only 3 first because the first 2 and oh, let me ask you this, Lawrence. Who's the team? I want to know exactly where that 1st round pick is slotted at. Are you talking about the Jets? Getting the Jets what number 10 pick? Now that's a different, you know what I mean? If you're talking about the Jets, or are you talking about another team higher? Because I know some other teams are looking at wide receivers at like Arizona could be. I'm not fucking with the Chargers. They're not getting Devontae. I'll go with an NFC team. Maybe you might even wiggle out in front of the Giants. Hey, Giants, we heard that Waller wants to might retire. You're gonna need somebody to pick up more than pick up the slack with Devontae Adams. But like I said, devil advocate, I would not trade Devontae. But what are my plans with the 1st and 3rd pick that I would be getting if I did trade Devontae Adams? I will use the 1st with my own 1st if that means I can get Jaden Daniels, right? That 3rd pick will be used maybe with another pick to get Brandon Ayuk. I would love to put Brandon Ayuk back with Jaden Daniels. That's just a connection. Like you see teams doing that now. We seen it in what you call it in Cincinnati with the Bengals. You know what I mean? Putting former players that play with each other, putting them back together again in the pros. You know what I mean? Just like if you had a Jaden Daniels back with Brandon Ayuk, I'm pretty sure the same way that we did with Derek Carr and Devontae Adams. You know what I mean? We tried that with them. But to get a young, productive wide receiver and a young rookie coming off the Heisman Trophy and reuniting them to make it more easy to transcend from college to the pros, I'll seriously think about it. So if that 1st and 3rd can both net me Jaden Daniels as well as Brandon Ayuk, that is something you might have to ponder. You might have to a 1st and 3rd for those 2, depending on what team is giving up the 1st and 3rd and the value of those picks as far as how high up. But to have like say if it's the Jets and we get the 10th and the 13th pick, you don't think that's appealing to a New England, somebody that's basically trying to rebuild, to have 2 top 13 picks, and most definitely could trade back again with one of those 10 or 13, or not 10 or 13. Well, yeah, 10 or 13. They can definitely trade back with one of those and accumulate more to really address a lot of needs on that roster. You know what I mean? So yeah, to be able to have draft capital like that and to be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, that means my 1 stone is Devontae Adams, but my 2 birds is Jaden Daniels and Brandon Ayuk. You're getting 2 for 1, bruh. You're getting 2 for 1. You'll have your franchise quarterback, and you'll have him. See, another thing that would be ridiculous, dude. I'm thinking about it right now. I don't think you have a bad tandem with Jacoby Myers and a Brandon Ayuk. Those 2 together? Come on, bro. You got Devontae Adams even crediting Jacoby Myers about when they asked him who's the receiver that you respect and you look at and watch, and he said a lot of people might think I might choose these big names, but Jacoby Myers, and even the Robert Kraft said of Jacoby Myers, they shouldn't have never let him go in that same little interview, that podcast they did. So that just tells you a lot about Jacoby Myers. Put Jacoby at the 1. Bring Brandon Ayuk in at the 2. You still got Trey Tucker. You might even go in the draft and still can draft another wide receiver. Throw some wheels out there. What the hell would happen if Worley fell in our hands? You know, just another speedster to put in that slot with Trey Tucker. You know what I mean? It's a lot that you could do with that, but that's a damn good question, bruh. Appreciate it, man. For real, for real. Let me see who else we got up in here, man. Make sure I got everything covered. We can go to Q&A right now. If y'all got any questions, man, let me know. We'll go ahead. We're not going to be on here too long. I just want to make sure I did a show today. Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened. So I got one thing I hate doing is I like getting off work early, so I got off at 3 a.m, but the podcast I usually do is at 7. So in between 3 and 7, you know what I mean, I go get my beer, and then there's a show that I'm in love with. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell y'all the one video game that I broke down for when I got it. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. This is all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. Hey, everybody. Fallout came out today. And yes, I came home and I binge watched all 8 episodes. I know if my son watching, he mad as shit. Dad, you watch it? I'm gonna watch him again, son. I'm gonna watch it with you. We gonna get some Doritos and sodas and shit. Root beer float, whatever, son. I got you. But yes, Daddy binge watched all 8 episodes this morning. And then it got so good, I said, I'll do the show later. So that's my excuse, y'all, man. Hey, pardon the interruption. But yeah, man, hey, Fallout, that's one of my favorite games, bro. And I ain't even finished the game. You know what I mean? I don't really play video games that much no more because I be on here, but my son do. But yeah, man, and Fallout was one of the ones I introduced him to. But yeah, man, I binge watched all 8, and I fell asleep on a couple. I ain't gonna lie, I nodded in and out. You know what I mean? So that's why when my son come, I go get him tomorrow. We gonna binge watch it together, son. Me, you, and Daddy. We gonna watch it together. I apologize for being a horrible father. That couldn't wait until you got here to watch Fallout. But bruh, you gonna like it. You gonna love it, boy. You gonna love it. Hey, and to have a storyline that's deeper than the video game itself. Hey, shout out to Prime Video. Y'all did that shit. I can't wait to season 2. I hope there's a season 2. It gotta be. Because now they're showing it's gonna be Fallout Las Vegas. Did I let the hat out the bag? Oh shit! I told you I'm a horrible father. But you're gonna want to watch the story and shit. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of underlining storylines in the video game movie. But yeah, man, hey, if y'all a fan of video games and Fallout was one of your ones, watch the series, bruh. Watch it. You said now you're glad you overslept. Hey, okay, Clark. Hey, see, everything happens for a reason, bruh. Everything happens for a reason, man. I appreciate you, man. For real, for real. What would I do without you? You know what I mean? Probably watch Fallout again. You feel me? Loon. Okay, Twan, what Twan say? Being a deadbeat daddy or doing that cold-blooded. Hey, for real. I'm a deadbeat, bruh. I binge watched the show without my son. But see, that's his mama fault. Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on the BM. Baby mama, your fault. Your fault, baby mama. Why? Because when you came and took him home this last weekend, I told him and reminded him on the way out the door, don't forget, we got Fallout next week. And she want to say, oh, he gonna watch it with his cousins because, you know, they like the game too. How dare you? How dare you slap me in the face with that shit? So I'm going to see. I'm pretty much, unless they watched it today. I don't think so. I don't think he took, because he got out of school this Thursday. So he took the bus home. And then I got to go get him from school tomorrow. He got some kind of function tomorrow night anyway, where they're going to be dissecting brains and shit. My son wants to be a surgeon. So he goes to a charter school that provides him with classes that, like, I didn't have in high school. We didn't have biomedical physics. Now, I did go to biomedical physics. You know what I mean? I was in a program that we spent half the day at school and then half the day at the hospital and picked a mentor, followed them around, learned what they do type shit. You know what I mean? It was a program that we had that was for at-risk youth. And yes, I was an at-risk youth. Well, shit, more than at-risk. I surpassed at-risk. You feel me? But yeah, man. So, yeah, man. Hey, Fallout. Ain't that right, Mr. Bobblehead? That's right. Hey, what vault you come out of? What? Oh, shit. I killed him. Oh, you okay? Oh, no, this thing just came off. I just got to put you back on in like that, bro. What vault are you from? Vault 111. Shout out to my bobblehead, man. Oh, man, I got to get me a Pip Boy. What's that? You watch the show. You'll know everything I'm talking about. Yeah, man. But, yeah. So, today's show, let me see. Any questions out there, man? Let me see. Top 5 defense this year, Lunatik. Top 5 defenses. You mean us? You making that statement, right? I don't see no question marks. Yes, I will say I will agree with you. Top 5 defense automatic. Because you know why? This is why I'm so comfortable in saying that. We know about Wilkins, right? But we still haven't done the draft yet. Y'all, hey, I told these fools, we still have not done the draft yet. There will be more additions. There will be Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, Wilkins, Crosby, Spillane. That's the new edition. You feel me? Not the addition, but the edition. Salute to everybody out there, man. Jack Kenya in the building. Hey, Jack. You know what? Jack, I got you on Instagram. I want to holler at you about something, Mr. Jack Kenna. I think I already shot you a thing to the chat on Instagram. We're putting together a round table for the draft for all 3 nights. But I mean, if you can pull up on either one of them, that'll be great, just to talk what our expectations are, the different knowledges that we have of certain players that we would like to see in silver and black. Twan, I got at you too, though, bruh. So you know we're gonna do it big for the draft. This man, we can you imagine today's the 11th? We only got 2 weeks, 14 days. 14 days, dog. We counting down. Lone wants your confidence in our linebacker room. Linebacker room. I know they're gonna add more to it. You know what I mean? We do have. See, this is the one thing. And I say this and I highlight this, but I look at it like this from a totality. It's not about the individuals on this team. It's about the fit to our scheme and what we're trying to do. So it's like, I know people want the big name linebackers and the big name corners, but I'd rather have fit over fame. You know what I mean? I'd rather have the fit of an individual rather than the fame. Like, for instance, Jack Jones was not fame. He was released. Certain incidents that he had caused him to be released. But for him to come to the, like, what other team? Okay, Jack Jones got released from New England. Name me another team outside of the Raiders that would have been a good fit. Listen to the fits for Jack Jones. It's the same reason why we want to move up and grab Jaden Daniels, because he's a better fit with the Raiders than I believe with any other team. And yes, it has something to do with the coach, but it's not just because they're friends, because they work with each other. I think AP does not get the credit that he deserves when it comes to analyzing and seeing talent. Just think about what guys that were under AP at Arizona State or around AP, because don't forget, he was the recruiting coordinator. He was the one to hit the road, get the guys together and go get these guys coming out of high school to get them to try to come to Arizona State. How did Brandon Ayuk turn out? How did Jaden Daniels turn out? How did Jack Jones turn out? So I think he's a good evaluator of talent. And because here's one thing that gave it away. And I'm going to get back to the linebacker question. Here's the one thing that gave it away about AP and his ability to really scout. That's why you think his son is on the scouting, is with the team as learning to develop as a scout. Because he didn't learn that on his own. I guarantee you, AP and his son had many conversations about what to look for in talent. What to look for. So this is the one thing that gave it away about AP. AP, when discussing getting Jack Jones, right? He said one thing that it went over everybody else's head. See, everybody was looking at, he pounded the table, he went to Champ Kelly, he went to Mark Davis. They were like, nah, I don't know. You want to do that now? You know what I mean? Everybody was focusing on that. But you know what caught my ear? See, this is why you got to sometimes slow down and read in between the lines. The one thing that caught my ear is when he said, after he went and pounded the table, he went back downstairs, went over game film again for an hour, and then came back and said, look, let's do this. Give me Jack Jones. If we both fail, then we both are out the door. But the key that he did, he went back and watched more film. Who did you watch film of? Jack Jones. He went and watched more film of Jack Jones to see if he was going to fit what we were doing. If it was worth putting his job on the line to bring him in here. Not because of off field. He's, like he said, he was there for all that. AP said he was there for all the off-field problems that came along with Jack Jones. But the one thing he went and did was watch game film that opened his eyes to see, does he fit what we're going to do? And if he does, I'm willing to put my job on him. Why else would you go watch? Come on, bro. And everybody overlooked that one aspect of what AP said. Going back to watch film, an hour later, he goes back upstairs and say, look, give me Jack Jones. If we fail, then we're both out of here. I'll put my job on it. And that's literally standing on business, because football coaching is your business. And you stood on that for Jack Jones. So that's the thing that caught my eye. Like, people are not, see, everybody want to just say he's a rah-rah kind of coach. No, yeah, he's a motivator, but at the same time, he knows his shit. Even Eli Manning came on and talked about AP. AP prides himself on knowing the game. And he knows like he said, I know what a championship defense look like. So that's why I'm not worried about the defense and linebackers, because they know what they're doing. Then you got Marvin Lewis, who was the defensive coordinator of one of the greatest defenses of all times in the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. Still got records from 2000 that no defense has even broken yet in 24 years. Come on, bruh. quarter of a century. Still standing. That defense only allowed 5 rushing touchdowns on a whole season. They only gave up 971 rushing yards in a whole season. Today, those records still stand. Marvin Lewis, part of the Raiders organization now, as an assistant head coach, in Antonio Pierce's ear whenever he needs to go talk to him and like, what do you think? Because I know Marvin Lewis knows what a championship defense looks like too, because both of them won championships with the defense. AP with the Giants, Marvin Lewis with Baltimore Ravens. That's what people got to understand. So AP, give him his credit. I think he's more than just a rah-rah coach. He knows talent. And it's not just defensive side. He knows offense, because what do you think the defense has to face? He knows what a damn good receiver looks like. He knows what a damn good quarterback looks like. He knows what a damn good offensive line looks like. Just like a quarterback knows what a damn good linebacker and D tackle and DN looks like. You think Mahomes don't? Mahomes, to this day, the first name out of his mouth when it comes to defensive players, Max Crosby. He don't play defense. Not Max Crosby, but Mahomes. But he knows what they look like. He knows what they look like. So that's AP. He's the quarterback of the defense when he plays. He knows this shit. He like, man, it came out and said, this dude sits there and he analyzes and just breaks down everything. And I'm like, that's what he's supposed to do. That's why he gets so upset when people just say he's just a rah-rah dude. He's like, man, I'm more than that. So, hey, give him his props, man, because he brings more to the table than we all give him credit for. You know what I mean? And being a recruiter or the recruiting coordinator, he doesn't hit the road after a lot of these cats that's going into the pros now. A lot of these guys going into the pros came out of high school. Like, for instance, I told you with Sincere McCormick, don't be surprised if AP knows a little something about Sincere. Don't believe that. Born in Long Beach, California. You got to remember, Sincere is what, 22 years old? So 4 years ago, he was 18? 4 years ago, AP was at Arizona State recruiting 18-year-olds. He probably recruited dude. Or if he didn't, he probably knew of him, especially him being at Long Beach Poly. And even though he went off to be, Sincere went off to Texas and played high school, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure growing up through Pop Warner and whatnot, I guarantee you AP knows something about Sincere McCormick. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see how the running back room goes with the linebacker question. Linebacker, I want to see. I know they're going to add something in the draft. But you had people like Bernie. You got people like Moaga that I brought up out of USC that they re-signed. There's a reason why they re-signed him. You know what I mean? And we also got to look at the fact that we do got new coordinators. So obviously, if you got new coordinators, it's because the old ones didn't do what you needed them to do. That got replaced. So we went out there and got former players who played the game that are good teachers. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens after camp. We'll keep our ear to the ground, because don't forget, Jacorian Bennett was making waves in camp. But we can't knock Jacorian Bennett, because if we all agree that Josh McDaniels was limiting Patrick Graham in the defense, wouldn't that also limit the players as well that's playing in it? Because it sure is strange that Malcolm Coots all of a sudden turned it around once Josh McDaniels was gone. So if you're hampering your defense by not allowing Patrick Graham to coach the way he needs to, it's not just the only reason why your defense is hampered is because the players are hampered, because they are the defense. So let me see Jacorian Bennett without Josh McDaniels and coming out the gate in camp and getting back acquainted with his teammates in the system and whatever they got going on. You feel me? So we'll see. Linebackers, there's a couple of them out there. I know Masterson, and don't forget about the linebacker that we got out of Arizona State that was under AP. I think that's another one. I think he was hampered by Josh, but then he got hurt though. He never got to play in the defense with Patrick Graham when Patrick Graham was allowed to do what he do. He didn't get to that part. So let's see what happens with Patrick Graham, how he uses him. What's dude name out of Arizona State? Damn. I'm drawing a blank. I'll remember in a minute. Damn it. But yeah, man, linebackers, we'll see what they do in the draft, what their approach is. But I think what it is, I think what they want to do is get linebackers that can cover as well. Because I think all they want to do is just like what the Giants did against New England. They made this clear. If we can just get pressure with the front four, then we can drop 7 back. Because now it's a passing league. So shit, why not have 7 motherfuckers out there that can cover? Make sure there ain't no windows. Make sure you can't get it to Kelsey. Talk about Mahomes. Making sure you can't make those plays and that the pressure from the front four is getting to your ass anyway. Oh, I love the addition of Wilkins, boy. Hey, that was a beautiful addition to this team, getting Wilkins. How they did that shit, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know how they did it, but they did it, and that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody out there. Once again, man, let me run the promo to y'all real quick what I need y'all to do one time.
You're watching Raiders Sunrise Live with Lunatic Raider. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel and hit that motherfucking like button, you damn son of a...
You heard the man. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Hit that like button. Once we hit 2,000, yes, indeed, I'm doing 2 jersey giveaways to 2 lucky winners in a draw. So, hey, make sure you subscribe to the channels because only subscribers have a chance at winning. So you will get a custom jersey of your liking, home or away, name and number, size. Lunatic got you. You feel me? So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all coming to this late edition of Sunrise Live. Tomorrow will be What the Friday. So I had to blurt myself. You know what I mean? Hey, y'all pull up tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, man. It'll be WTF Friday, where we just go into the latest news and rumors going on around our Las Vegas Raiders, man. I thank each and every one of y'all for pulling up. Let me get one more gander before we get up out of here. Before I get up out of here, man, we gotta hit one time. But you know me with the Raiders, dog. You feel me? Hey, AP, do that shit you do, dog. That's right. That's how we living. With that being said, I'm Lunatic Raider. This has been Sunrise Live with Lunatic Raider right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. And like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch.